Most of us have asked the question, even if we've used different words, what is the chief end of man? It is universally human to wonder, why am I here? Where am I going? Does it even matter? When we ponder our end, we are asking, first, a question of purpose. An end is an outcome to work toward, a goal. It is so easy to wander through life aimlessly. I, William, once made an evangelistic visit to the apartment of an unmarried couple. It was dark, warm, and humid. Think a hot cave. After letting me in, the man motioned for me to sit down on the floor across from his girlfriend. It was mid-afternoon, but they were both in their pajamas. Their hair was disheveled. They looked bewildered and defeated. Surrounded by ashtrays, prescription bottles, and stacks of clothes, we talked about life. All they did each day, I learned, was smoke cigarettes and watch the one movie they had on their 13-inch TV. Toward the end of our time together, I gently asked the woman, "Do you believe that God created you to live for a purpose?" After a long drag on her cigarette, she responded, honestly, "Sir, if we have a purpose, we have no idea what it is." Nothing is more demoralizing than purposelessness. The Catechism's first question assumes a purpose and invites us to discover ours. But even if we do have goals, we sometimes struggle to prioritize them. Pursuing a chief end helps us to focus. In man-on-the-street style evangelism, I once asked a bunch of people in my city this question about ultimate purpose. I didn't ask, what are some things you would like to do in life? But rather, the actual first question of the Westminster Shorter Catechism. What is the chief end of man? The answers weren't mostly wrong, to make money, to help people, to enjoy life. They just answered the wrong question. No ordinary goal can provide ultimate comfort in life and death. A well-lived life will pursue a host of goals, but all of them will fall under a single chief end that is clearly entitled to that top spot. At the beginning of the season, every professional baseball team has the single goal of a World Series victory. They have many other goals as well, but they all support that great goal. The Bible teaches that some goals are more worthy than others. Luke chapter 10, verse 42, 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 31. The Catechism helps us to keep our eyes fixed on the main purpose of life. What is the chief end of man also speaks to our identity, our personhood. It helps us ask, who am I? What does it mean to be a man or a woman? Am I responsible for creating value for my life? Or do I have inherent worth that I experience as I live according to how I have been designed? Too many people don't know how to live because they haven't yet grasped who they are. In response to this great question of purpose, priority, and identity, we might settle for answers that cannot satisfy. For example, when people pursue personal happiness apart from God as their chief end, two problems ensue. First, they become lost in a labyrinth of subjectivity. Experience proves that without a reliable guide, we can't know what makes us truly happy. This is why desirable pursuits often disappoint us. God alone reveals what will satisfy us. Second, we become selfish. Personal happiness can become a monster that tolerates no rivals.